What's up, guys? Remington Keyes here with a review for you. Today I'll be reviewing the new Netflix series, Fuller House. Well, it's not quite new anymore. It's been out. The new Netflix series, Fuller House, is just about perfect. Discovering the show is like finding an Irish bar in some faraway city you don't know. The show offers you a comfortable, familiar spot to sit down and know more or less what you're going to get. You know these characters. You know these plots. You know that house. People that were annoying 30 years ago are now charming. Because we've grown while they haven't. Bob Saget, John Stamos, Dave Coulier make frequent appearances. Everyone a fourth wall breaking wink to see a look how silly this is in a perfect tonal way. Cameron, Burr, and Sweeten have aged, but they're the third decade versions of themselves you'd expect. The familiarity is really comforting. For those of you who don't know what Fuller House is, it's an American sitcom and a sequel to the 1987 to 1995 television show Full House, which aired on ABC, I think. I don't know, I watched it reruns, so this one's now airing on Netflix, which I think is a big mistake, but we'll get down to that later in the review. Fuller House is still created by Jeff Franklin and produced by Jeff Franklin Productions and Miller Boyett Productions, just like the original. This series, however, centers around DJ Fuller, a veterinarian and a widowed mother of three boys whose sister and best friend, the mother of a teenage daughter, provide support to her son's upbringings by moving in with her. Pretty much the same premise as Full House, but with females, which I'm not going to complain. It's still good. I like it. Most of the original series cast have reprised their roles on the Fuller House, some in regular roles with others in special appearances. However, Mary-Kate and Ashley Olsen, who played Michelle in the original Full House, did not appear at all in season 1. The only real surprise in this show is Kimmy Gibbler. While seemingly nothing has changed at all with Kimmy, we learn that the series' most annoying character is actually the most wise. She always has been and is doing an amazing job at being Kimmy. Andrea Barber plays Gibbler exactly as she did in the original series run, and the writers show her the respect she deserves. She's a fantastic business person, smart as a whip, and her sexy yet crazy ex-husband chases her with a passion. Eventually, she is one hot tamale. Oh yeah. Although I still prefer DJ over her. Now, my first problem with Fuller House, which you will notice when watching the show, is the theme song. It's literally the same theme song as Full House, except sung by Carly Rae Jepsen. She does a horrible job at the theme song. I absolutely hate it. I always skip through it. I did not like the theme song at all. Although I like the way they set up with the pictures and stuff, the old pictures of them, and now new. That was pretty cool. But I didn't like the actual song. Would it have been so hard to remake the original theme song instead of rehashing it? It just felt like a Roseanne theme song. Something from Roseanne. So, I'm hoping season 2 you guys get that right. And another thing. This is another gripe before we get on more about the series. Why didn't Nickelodeon pick up Fuller House for their network? This seems like a show that'd be perfect for Nick at Night or Teen Nick or something like that. Even ABC Family or Freeform, wherever it's called now. The show just isn't meant for Netflix, in my opinion. Shows like this feel very syndicated and would benefit more being on a network. So let's get into the show now. Some of the cool things about it, there's a love triangle between DJ, her old boyfriend Steve from the original show Full House. He comes back and still wants to be with her, which is a problem. They should have been together in the first place, but we're not going to get into that. So it's between her ex-boyfriend, and her new co-worker Matt, who tries to look sexy or something, and that's his thing. But that's a Fuller House trait. It's what most sitcoms do. The relationship doesn't lead to anything, which I'm kind of mad about. But as I got thinking about it, that's what Full House did with a relationship. So you get what you get when doing reboots like this. The child actors, though, they do an amazing job portraying their characters. These are some of the best child actors I've ever seen on a sitcom, and I watch a lot of TV and sitcoms. They do a great job playing their characters. Michael Champion was my favorite to watch in the series. I really hope he gets more work after the show eventually does get canceled. I really hope he gets more work in. He seems like a really nice guy, on Facebook and whatnot, even though he's like 13, but... And I've watched a lot of 90s reboots, sequel, sitcom thingies. They're reboots trying to, be the same as the original. And Fuller House is by far the best one they've made so far. I'm still holding out for that Saved by the Bell reboot. Still holding out for it. The thing Fuller House does right is that it keeps the same tone as the show it's based off of. It expands on the continuity. Which is weird to say about a sitcom having continuity, but you really feel like this is like where the characters would end up 25 years after on the show. This is something the Bradys and Girl Meets World failed to do. Shows like Girl Meets World and the Bradys, they change the tone to appeal to modern audiences. It doesn't feel like these are the characters we grew up on watching on the original show. So, this is something Fuller House didn't need to do. It stayed with the tone, didn't need to appeal. It's still appealing to modern audiences, but it didn't need to change the tone. It could still be the same without having people leave, It really does feel like a natural progression for the characters. I felt like a kid, again, after watching all these episodes. It brought me back a lot of memories of watching, even though I didn't grow up with it. Well, I grew up with it as a kid in reruns. Even though I grew up when it was original run, I still got the gist. I laughed. I cried. I laughed again. And I can't wait for season 2. As soon as they announced it, I was so excited. The show did get a little too adult sometimes, but you gotta kind of expect that, and it didn't completely destroy the show, so I'll give it a pass. But I'd give Fuller House a 9 out of 10, which is a point higher than I gave Girl Meets World. This is so much better. It's high up there. I still like Girl Meets World. I still enjoy it, but this is the better reboot. The show still has its issues, but you'll find it a good time if you love the original show. I'm rooting. I can't wait for season 2. Thank you guys for watching my review. Make sure you subscribe. Hit it with a like button, and watch more of my videos. I have new video coming out every week, so check me out. See you in the next one. Peace out.